What's up, grinders? I am Mazard and this is Gems of War. Invasion Weekend. We are restricted to use elf troops, which is not bad at all. There is a new weapon in the shop. One of these exploding weapons. Once again, this one is called Amethyst Band. It explodes magic-based green gems and grants a random status effect to all elf allies, and then summons an elf troop. Not a bad weapon, it works in one of my climbing teams pretty well. Siegebreaker, old troop, Sifu Huan? Sifu Yuan? No idea how it is pronounced, but anyways, it's the basic Siegebreaker deal here. Deals magic-based plus 4 damage to an enemy, and if they are tower, it deals times 3, times 4, times 5 damage based on the ascension of your troop. And then it enchants 2 random allies, and this is actually pretty nice thing. Immune to mana drain, silence, fair fire and mana burn, and deals times 3, times 4, times 5 skull damage versus towers based on the troop's ascension. Okay, so let's get on to the climbing thing. What I built, it's well, firstly, of course, because you are climbing, the opponents don't have that much HP, so you want AoE damage. And funny thing about elves, there's only one elf that deals AoE damage based on the full magic, and it is King Avalorn. And it also makes all your elves start with 50% mana, so it makes really very much sense to use Avalorn in your team. Here we have Widow Queen, who sacrifices an ally and then deals half magic damage to all enemies, boosted by the sacrificed troop's life. And then it summons a random Zul'Gari troop, and it webs a random enemy on 4 or 5 gem matches. This works on basic troops, but obviously this won't work on towers, because they're invulnerable, all of them. We are using Melkandesa to convert yellow gems to green, to feed Widow Queen and Avalorn. And we are using Orb Weaver because Orb Weaver is first of all stealthy. It provides some survivability if your HP, the global HP isn't that high. It has Rising Shadows too, and this is pretty much the main point here. Creates a life storm at the start of the battle and Root Trap as well, and Tangles the first enemy at the start of the battle. You could use Monk class, it is Elf class too, and switch your hero up top to get that barrier if that's your thing. But as we are actually going to kill this Melkandesa, or sacrifice this Melkandesa, we are going to get another meat shield here, and all of these troops here have a summon ability. Let's try it in practice. It works pretty well on the climbing stages. Not so well when the towers are going to have more HP in later levels. We don't have alignment, but we are going to do that anyways. Get Widow Queen up. Now, as you can see, all our troops are up, and by the way, as this explodes green gems, if your enemy doesn't die from this cast combined with Avalorn cast, you can always explode the board and generate more mana, because this weapon explodes green gems and we have Leaf Storm on. So sacrifice Melkandesa, deal the AoE damage, then do Avalorn, and if the enemy isn't dead, you explode the board with your weapon and generate mana for your AoE troops. This is also, let's say, Raven safe team, because you convert the yellow gems away, you don't have to worry about that the Raven would pick those yellow gems and fly away. Now I think our magic isn't enough for a kill. Oh, it is, because Avalorn is it's going to get a boost to the damage by Elf, Elemental and Beast allies. There. And I quite like Orb Weaver over the Monk because it indeed makes your hero stealthy, so these towers can't target your hero, so you can always just keep summoning troops. There's alignment, but it was explode, but because of the leaf storm we get a nice alignment there. However, we don't have to use it because both of our green troops are up and our hero doesn't benefit from the conversion at all. We could do it because Magenta's waves and poisons the weakest enemy, which, well, is the top troop there. But, well, there. That kind of thing. There are a lot of great elves, in my opinion. But now we turn into the actual Siegebreaker team here. I call this the middle version, where the tower HP isn't very high enough yet. Here is very basic elf invasion team here. Double Shifu Yuan and Tu Liao, which is very good troop. You pick a color and it enchants all allies of that color and gives 6 mana to them boost by gems of that color. The boost ratio is 4:1. So obviously we are going to pick yellow gems, if there are any, so that you get mana to your Siegebreakers and back to Tu Liao. And then you can cast your Siegebreakers who enchant 2 random allies, and then we have this Shentang generator weapon, which creates 6 red and yellow gems for each Shentang ally, and we are all Shentang allies here when we use Monk class. If you want, you can draw your hero up top, but because this boosted skull damage, I like to use Siegebreakers up top. Oh, and we have this new Easter tower here, which summons Dragon Eggs. Okay, now we have the little bit check if we have some extra turns there, and now we get our weapon up. We're going to cast it there. Oh my god, all those gems and not an extra turn. Well, that was funny. Do that. Okay, now we can cast our first Siegebreaker. Yes, and let's do it over there. Take extra turns. Now use Tu Liao on yellow gems. There. Get troops up, and we got a nice enchant on both to our hero and Tu Liao. Cast Tu Liao on yellow. Any extra turns? That's one. Do that so that we can kill the tower. This is not that safe with this setup. You could throw the new weapon over here and switch your class to Orb Weaver so that you have stealthy. And yeah, there are other stealthy classes too if you don't like Orb Weaver, because we are not getting that 50% start. We could also throw Avalorn here, which gives the 50% start to your hero and your elves. But I'm doing it this way now. Like that. Because of the Raven. Oh, there was an extra turn too. Now would be a good time to start killing that Raven, actually. Generate gems. We got an extra turn, believe it or not. One. There. Generate mana. And kill. And then we have this one here. Pretty same stuff like that earlier team there. Shifu Huan up top. And then we are using Wu Hao from Shentang, who enchants an ally and give 3 magic to them. Then it creates 12 gems of one of their mana colors. Pretty good troop actually. We are going to cast it repeatedly on here to the hero, who is using Flesh Ripper, which eliminates all armor from an enemy and then deals magic based damage boosted by the armor eliminated. The boost ratio is 3:1. You could use Rope Dart, you get extra turn after the cast, but Rope Dart doesn't do that entangle on towers because they're invulnerable. I tried this with mono yellow colored weapon and mono red colored weapon with different classes like Sun Spear and so on, but I figured it would be great to have one weapon that rips the armor if your towers are going to have a lot of HP into very late levels. Cast this on the bottom. We got nice extra turn there. Use the weapon over there. He has the most armor. Then we can cast our Sheets Breaker and again cast on the bottom and deal damage there. I think these roll pretty nicely. We want that. I should probably pay more attention to the extra turns. Cast on bottom. Remove armor. Oh, I cast Avalern accidentally. Well, that's no biggie. Lots of extra turns. Nice, nice, nice. Take that. You always take the skulls with your Siege Breakers. If it is ascended. Even if it isn't, it starts with epic, so you are going to deal 3 times the skull damage anyways based on your attack. So you take the skulls, and that's it. Listen to Angulhas. What do we have? What do we have? Let's take blue. No. They are going to get up from the next turn. What could we do is gamble with this and maybe get extra turn and then kill it with Shifu Yuan. Or skulls. Works that way too. You gotta get lucky sometimes, man. Rip the armor. Oh, and it died. How did that happen? Right, that kind of teams. Have a great weekend, mate. Stay safe and peace.